The communities that are part of the Yanomami Reserve are currently facing a humanitarian crisis that has the expense of illegal mining as its main cause. Among the indigenous people, there are serious cases of malnutrition, infections such as malaria and tergices, popularly known as food worm, as well as a lack of medicines and infrastructure to treat the condition. It is estimated that people arriving in South America more than 15,000 years ago and settled in the relative isolated communities. Google Trends did a survey of the most asked questions about the indigenous people in the last day.
The Yanomami are indigenous peoples who live in communities in the forests and mountains of northern Brazil and southern Venezuela. They are divided into four subgroups: Yanomai, Yanomami, Sanima, and Ninam, speaking a language of their own, separated in more 200 communities. In their roles, largest indigenous territory, they have historically supported themselves by hunting, fishing, and farming.
Where do the Yanomami live? The Yanomami Indians live in the northern Brazil, between the states of Roraima and Amazonas, and in southern Venezuela. The regions are made of forests and mountains. With more than 9.6 million hectares, the Yanomami territory in Brazil is almost twice the size of the Switzerland. In Venezuela, the reserve where the communities are spread out is 8.2 million hectares. Together, the regions are the largest indigenous territory covered by forests in the world.
According to data from the Ministry of Health, the Yanomami population in Roraima and Amazonas today are around 30.4 thousand people, including 5,000 children. A lot of people ask, what does Yanomami means? So, a group of anthropologists studied the word Yanomami, and they found out that Yanomami means human being. What happened with the Yanomami people? Due to illegal mining, which affects the quality of water and soil and scares off the animals that indigenous people hunt, some serious cases of malnutrition and death mark the communities today. Some of the economic projects specialized in Western Roraima subject Yanomami communities to non-indigenous forms of contact in the 70s and the 80s. With the expanding of economy, roads, farms, construction sites, and demand treat Yanomami life, meaning spread the region over the year. In addition to not have adequate food, the Yanomami outbreaks of malaria and some infection diseases transmitted by mosquitoes infected with protozoan parasite.
If not treated correctly, malaria causes vomit and leaves the patient weakened with high fever and difficult in maintaining of gaining weight and can lead to death. Verminous pathogens known as foot rot are all serious health problems for them. Tangias specifically cause multiple painful lesions, open doors for other infections, and cause some to lose piece of their foot. After being reported nationally and internationally, the humanitarian crisis occurring in Yanomami territory is now receiving help from health workers sent by the federal government and the collection of food and other goods by NGOs and people from civil society.